You are the answer. In the lobby of Ramsey Solutions, Brian and Aimee are with us. Hey, guys, how are you?
Hey, Dave, how are you?
We're awesome.
Welcome, welcome. Where do you guys live?
Los Angeles, California.
Cool. Welcome to Nashville. And all the way across the United States to do a debt-free screen.
Yes.
That's right.
Love it. How much have you paid off?
$550,000 in 6.5 years.
I love it. Good for you guys. Well done. And your range of income during that 6.5 years?
About $200,000 to $400,000.
200 to 400K. What do you guys do for a living?
In both physicians. I'm a family physician.
And I'm an ER doc.
Okay. I was going to guess that was a house debt, but that sounds like medical school.
That's all.
That is medical school.
That's all medical school.
6.5 years to clean it up. Wow. Yeah. Look at you. Amazing. Well, you did it in record time. You really focused. Most people take 3 times as much time.
You know, we really hit it the last 2 years when we became financial peace coordinators as well. That caused us to really focus and do things the right way.
Cool. Yeah. And how much of the 550 happened in the last 2 years?
About 150 of it.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. So you did put this accelerator down there. All right.
Absolutely.
And backed off on some lifestyle things and some other stuff, I guess.
So we started off and we weren't quite doing the plan. I knew about you, but we were kind of doing our own thing and we were still investing. And then when we said we were going to be financial peace coordinators, we said, we got to start doing this the right way. And once we did that, then everything started happening. And we started making big, hairy debt payments, and that really knocked it out.
There's nothing to make you do something like teaching it.
Oh, amen.
I mean,
that's
just
right.
because you know you're a hypocrite if you don't. You gotta be doing the plan. You can't be ishing it.
For sure.
That's what we said to each other before we did it. So
love
it.
And you've been doing financial peace classes for 2 years.
We have, and we're leading our 3rd class coming up this fall at the West Valley YMCA.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for doing that.
Absolutely.
That's a blast. Very, very cool. Okay, so you're unbelievably successful. $550,000 paid off. When someone asks in one of your classes, how do you get out of debt? Well, you tell them the key things they have to do is.
I think trust for sure. I mean, trust in the Lord. Amen. One, first and foremost in ourselves and each other. And then we have a saying in our house, because we're big 76ers fans, trust the process. It's all about the process.
And for me, in the emergency medicine setting, we do ABCs, airway, breathing, circulation. It's that stepwise process. And we don't move on to B until you take care of A. In the same way for your plan, it was step 1 through step 7. And you don't take care of step 2 until you do step 1. And so it was really that algorithm and that plan that gave us the piece of saying, hey, we can do this, and we can move on from 1, 2 to 3, and now 4 through 7.
Very interesting. So what kind of medicine do you practice, each of you?
Primary care, family medicine is ER.
And I'm just an ER doctor.
Just an ER doctor. Yeah, never a dull moment. Yeah.
That's right.
Wow. And just a primary care. That's a big one, too. Yeah, wow. Very cool. Good for you guys. Very, very well done. What was the hardest part of this?
I think the hardest part was not getting that doc-itis that you talk about. When we came out of medical school and residency, it was, we want to buy a house. We want to, you want to get into a car. You see everybody else doing it. And I had people that I was working with saying, buy the biggest house you can and take that mortgage deduction and lease your car. Why would you buy your car? And I always thought that doesn't really sound right. We should be doing things the right way. We should be paying for things and getting out of debt. And most of our docs, unfortunately, don't do that. And so the young docs that are out there listening, we encourage them. We say, listen, you can do this too. You're going to come out with a lot of student loans potentially, but you got to live like a resident and knock these out. Big, hairy debt payments are the only way to pay off that big, hairy debt, and you got to get rid of it.
I love it. Very well done. Cool.
Amen.
That's the fight, is when you're making this kind of coin, and you guys are making some coin. I mean, you live in an expensive area, but you're still making a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it's really, really hard to just stop and say, I'm going to act like I'm broke.
That's right.
And I'm going to pay this off. I'm going to live like no one else, so later I can live and give like no one else. That is a very emotional thing to do.
It is, and it's a big contributor to physician burnout, too. I think, a lot of our colleagues in all phases of their life are facing burnout, and getting control of your finances and practicing contentment, learning how to love your career again without that burden of debt has been such a blessing to us. So I think that's why we feel like we have a calling to teach, not only to our community, but especially to our colleagues, our MPs, our PAs, MDs, DOs. You're in the healthcare field. You have a calling to help others, and you've got to take care of your four walls first so that you can go out there and do the right work for for those around you. So
It's very interesting. I've talked to so many physicians, and they never phrased it quite that way. That's a beautiful way to look at it, that the burnout comes from this sense of I'm supposed to be doing what I love, but I get so wrapped up in practice management to milk every dime out to try to pay all these people chasing me. I've got all these dogs chasing her, nipping at my heels all the time. And it starts with Sally Mae, but sometimes they buy into a practice and they've got another $300,000 or $400,000 there, and dentists are doing the same thing. They're setting up a practice, and they look up there, it's $800,000, $900,000 in debt, and all of a sudden they don't enjoy dentistry anymore.
absolutely. And this $550,000 could have easily turned into $1 million if we had just ignored it. And we see a lot of people doing that, and we think we just, taking that road less traveled and just being intense about it and intentional has really made the difference. So
Very well done. Very well done. How does it feel to be free?
Oh, it feels amazing. The last few months we were doing our budget was totally different than the last 6 years. It's felt a lot nicer.
yeah.
You lost 550 pounds. I mean,
That weight is gone. That weight is lifted off your shoulder.
amazing. Yeah. I mean, it would be like something on a TV show if it was pounds.
Yeah.
It'd be,
And we've
wow.
been able to do so much more for our family and our community as far as giving and just feeling that emotional impact has been incredible. And so I think that's worth all the no eating out and the budget clothing, the budget and everything else in the past 6.5 years.
The other broke docs making fun of you. And,
yeah, that's all good.
Oh, yeah.
That's all good. Putting aluminum foil on your hubcaps because you didn't have it.
Did you really?
My first year out, I was driving a Toyota Yaris. It had a few hubcaps missing. And so I came out, my nurse said, come out, we fixed your car. And they had aluminum foil hubcaps on. So
That's fabulous. I need to start selling those.
It worked.
That is great. And you brought the kiddos to do a
We
debt-free
did.
That's
scream
right.
with you. So what are their names and ages?
We got Sienna over here. Sienna's 8. She was she's the only one we had in residency, so she's about 18 months when we started this journey. Madeline is 5, and then Luke is 4.
All right. Very cool. Brian and Aimee, Sienna, Madeline, and Luke. We got a copy of Chris Hogan's Retire Inspired book for you. That is definitely the next chapter in your story, to be millionaires. That'll happen very quickly now. And outrageously generous as you go along, which, as you said, you got margin to do that now. So very, very well done. All right, guys, count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream. $550,000 paid off in 6.5 years, making $200 to $400. Couple of docs cleared up the massive student loan debt. Let's hear it.
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
We're
Love it. Well done, well done, well done. Oh, that is awesomeness right there. Man, that's fabulous. Dana is with